You're watching the Hill County Football Show. Thank you to our sponsor, Hilco Electric.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, Coach.
My name's Casey Morgan, athletic director and head football coach for the Bynum Bulldogs.
Where did you grow up and go to high school?
I actually grew up right here in Bynum. We moved while I was a little kid over here, and I'd already started in Abbott, so lived here and graduated from Abbott.
How's it feel to be coaching six-man football?
It's the only option for me. I've had opportunities to go 11-man. I've played 6-man my whole career. Played all-star games. To me, it's just the faster-paced game, the more opportunities for guys to get the ball. It's what I know. It's what I love. I'll watch my Cowboys on Sunday, but if I'm not watching the Cowboys or D1 college ball, I'd rather it be 6-man.
What is your expectations for this season?
We have pretty high expectations. We lost a good senior group, some really athletic kids that kind of helped lay the foundation for what we've been working on the last couple of years here. But this group's young. It's kind of driven by the guys that played a lot as freshmen. My first year here, which would be 4 years ago, their freshman year when we only had 7 guys on the field. So those guys kind of anchor what we do, and then we've got a big sophomore class that fills a lot of spots for us, and they had a great summer, learning stuff quick, so we've got pretty high expectations.
And if you had to put a number on the amount of wins this season, is there an amount that comes to mind?
I don't really have a number win-wise, just because we try to play some tough games in non-district just to kind of get us ready for playoffs. So I've never really been a big win number guy. I'm more of I want to get Bynum kids used to practicing on Thanksgiving, and we haven't been able to do that in the past. So we're more looking at rounds and how deep we can go and how many holidays we can kind of mess up schedules for kids and get kids playing when it's cold.
Well, I hope that I'm back here on Thanksgiving interviewing you. That'll be the goal. So give me a name of a couple players that you're excited about, or even more than a couple that you think will have a big season this year.
First, starting off with a guy that started for us since that first year that I was here, Bynum does everything right. Every year he's kind of had a bump or a bruise. It's kind of affected him, but he's worn flippers, he's worn padded casts, anything. He does whatever we ask. He's primed for a big year on both sides of the ball. Another back we've got big hopes for is Brandon Collins. He had a great summer and probably put on 10 or 15 pounds of muscle. Our line, Chris Howell, he stepped up big as a freshman last year and looking good early. But then Josh Castro stepping into a new spot at quarterback, looking pretty good. Really, it's hard for me not to rattle off about 7 or 8 guys because we don't have one dude that's going to go do it all. We're kind of 6 guys that are going to fly around and make plays, and if one of those guys isn't doing it, you're going to be able to tell on a Friday night. So there's about 8 guys deep I could list off that are going to be key to our success.
All right, Coach. Here we get to the fun stuff. Do you have a pregame or postgame meal that you like to go to?
Pregame or postgame meal? I'm a pretty superstitious guy, but when it comes to meals, our community and our booster club and parents are great. They always usually have a snack bag or a lunch bag, depending on where we are or what we're doing. And usually they're kind enough to make an extra bag for all 3 of our coaches. So I might snack on a snack bag if that's what's going on. But other than that, usually I'm not too worried about meal time. I'm not usually too hungry on a Friday, so I might do a little bit of grazing, but I'm not too superstitious when it comes to meals.
Okay, in the off season, is there a restaurant that a weekend restaurant you like to go to?
In the weekends, I don't know. Me and my wife, we go to Elcon, places like that. Stay local and stuff. But other than that, when we can get away from the kids for a night or something like that, or get away from our Bynum Bulldogs, we usually try to keep it pretty local. Anything around here.
All right. And what are a couple of those superstitions you spoke about?
I'm weird. Every year we get coaching shoes for the staff, boys, girls, all of us, and I will only wear my new shoes on Friday nights. And then I've also been known, if we have a losing streak, I'll break the streak and I'll start trying to break in the game day shoes on practice days. Our game day polos or our game day pullovers, I only wear for games. Those don't become a classroom polo until we get out of football season. So nothing too crazy, but I save game day clothes for game day.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much for coming by. I look forward to watch you guys have a big season, and we'll keep track of you throughout the year.
Sounds good. I appreciate you coming out and getting some love for our Bynum Bulldogs. Thanks, sir.
You're watching the Hill County Football Show. Thank you to our sponsor, Hilco Electric.